Hi, in this clip I'm going to go through the feelings cards, okay, they're in the tip of the tongue boxes. Now there's no feeling cards, no box of cards in the junior box. You've got 100 in the middle box and 100 in the senior box. Now the reason why they're not in the junior box is because at this point you were just developing the vocabulary with the pupils for the feelings. If you recall, I have a clip there on overused words. One of those sections being the overused emotions or feelings vocabulary, excuse me. So you're trying to develop that vocabulary with the junior classes, the teacher being a model, okay, to model and show how to use that and reinforce that vocabulary in the classroom. So the example I was giving you was September, you were covering the feelings of the happy and the sad words. So you go through that with that vocabulary with the children, reinforcing it, okay? Now also another reference to the feelings in the junior manual would be referencing this feelings ball, okay? Now a feelings ball is my idea of using a beach ball, okay? So the beach ball then is segmented in, it's got colour segments, all right? And then in each segment you can draw a face. So it might be a smiley face, it might be an angry face, what a smiley face, an angry face, confused face, tired face, all the different faces going around it, and you can have the word beside it as well. So that way this feelings ball then will suit your readers and the non-readers in your classroom. Now the idea of the feelings ball can be used right throughout the schools. It can be used in the middle classes and senior classes as well. It's just a fun way of reinforcing the vocabulary that you have already covered in feelings. So for example, we have spent now September, we've done lots of happy words and sad words, okay? So I might take my feelings ball and I have a few happy faces on it and a few sad faces on it, and we toss it about the room, and if I see the segment then, or the half of the ball that's got the smiley face on it, then whatever the teacher wanted me to do there, maybe I have to list as many happy words as I can, or maybe I just have to think of one and then put it into a sentence and so on. And as you build up the vocabulary, fill in all the other segments in with the other feelings. So that's basically what's in the junior manual there for the feelings. You've got your vocabulary that you're building on a month by month basis, going back over it twice in the year for reinforcement, and you've also got your feelings ball. But when you move then towards the middle classes, okay, talking about 8 years upwards, you are going to give more vocabulary then to your pupils, okay? You're building and reinforcing on what they already have. So there's a lot, the cards are fitted with all the different kind of words for happy and sad, angry, confused. There's mixed feelings in there as well, and worried and so on. So one activity that you can do is have little flashcards, so like 3 orange flashcards, and I might have happy in one, sad in one, angry, confused, and so on. And set those little flashcards about the room. Maybe you want to do it in the hall where you have more space, and every child then can take a card out of the box. Or sometimes, for handy's sake, I take a bundle out of the box and put it at each group, and each child selects a card. They then have to look at their card and decide, okay, is this a happy word? Is this a feeling that means happy, or does it mean sad? Does it mean upset? What does it mean? They have to try and figure it out. These will be words that you've already covered, but again, if they're stuck, they always have the backup of using their dictionary. And then they go to the flashcard that you've just placed on the floor, and maybe they have got something like forlorn, and they've decided, okay, well that means sad, so they go to the flashcard with sad. So bit by bit then all the pupils are standing at different flashcards, and again it's great for assessment because people there, the other children, can help each other decide, okay, is everyone in the correct place? If not, they get a few minutes to readjust themselves. Then the teacher can go around then and also assess to see, is everybody in the correct little flashcard for whatever feeling card that they had. And again, you can get a sample of a few pupils, what card did you get, and give me an example of a sentence, and so on. Now you can expand that then, another activity is to get them then to create a feeling story. So again, anyone standing at my little flashcard of sad words, they're going to create a little sad story, okay, using those words, okay. Now I have a little example here of the sad clown. Now in the tip of the tongue manuals for the middle manual and for the senior manual, I have sample stories. They're also in a CD-ROM, so they can be put on the interactive board for all the pupils to partake in. So they can look at these stories or listen to the teacher read them and try and identify the feelings word in it, okay? So this is one example here of the sad clown that is in the middle teacher manual book. You can pause that and I'll just read part of it. There once was a miserable clown called Bobo who naturally couldn't get a job in a circus. What circus would hire a gloomy, unhappy clown? The poor clown was heartbroken, you see. He was grief-stricken when his little rag doll got crushed by a passing lorry. The accident caused the doll to look glum, down and dirty. Bobo, as a result, was very pessimistic about life and gloomy that he could do nothing to repair his precious doll. He was wistful for a while until he realised all he needed to do was give her a wash. Okay, now the ones there, of course, as you can see, I've identified them, I've highlighted them in yellow, but as a class they would try and find other sad words. Okay, so you've got the activity of listening to the stories, the feeling stories is in the manual, and identifying the different feeling words there. You've got your activities then of sorting the feelings out. You've got the activities then of creating feeling stories, just like the sample one that they have. Now there's also activities then, I like to link them in with my tip of the tongue meeting, which I'll be doing in another clip another day. And here it gives the pupils an opportunity to voice how they feel about something. Maybe they're having a bad day, maybe they're having a good day, and they say, I'm feeling such and such because, okay. Again, it can be linked into your SPHE lessons and that, where you're talking about feelings, maybe, or maybe if you're talking about friendship and bullying week or something, you can take feelings into it. So it can be incorporated into other areas. Likewise with drama, it can be linked into that as well. Okay, so mime and drama. So just looking at the new language curriculum, and again reminding you, sorry, that this is the curriculum for the junior infants to the second class so far. So again, I would put it into the element of communicating. The learning outcome be number 1, engagement, listening and attention. And that's again is because if you move along the milestones, the teacher, okay, or the adult is modelling a new language. So again, you're modelling the new language of giving them the new vocabulary and using it and reinforcing it. So you don't want anyone in your classroom talking about being happy or sad. You're always going, oh, give me some other word for that. I find it really useful now in my classroom, because the junior class teacher, had to say, she's fantastic, and we've been using tip of the tongue now for a few years. So she has pupils for 3 years before they come into my classroom. And she's modelled all this type of vocabulary with them, the overused words, the feeling words and so on, with them so well that when they come into my room, I tend to just have to give them the sheet that now that I have printed out of other happy words that they can use, because they understand how to use them. They do generally take it on then into the written work as well, so it has been very successful. So that's a communicating with the teachers being a model. It also then fits into understanding the learning outcome of 5 and 6, acquisition and use of vocabulary, okay, because again, they're feeling words, these are new vocabulary to the children. It can also fit into the element of exploring and using. Learning outcome number 10, categorization, because they're categorizing their feelings. They're trying to sort all the different words into the one type of feeling and so on. And staying on the same element, exploring and using, the learning outcome number 12, playful and creative use of language, having fun with the different games with the feeling cards, okay, and the feelings ball and so on. Okay, so that's basically it for the feelings card. Thank you.